Okay, hello everyone. It's exciting to see you. Well, not really, because I can't see you, but you can see me. I'm Dawn Dixon. I'm the Associate Vice President of University Studies and Educational Technologies.
Hi, everybody. I'm Elizabeth Baker. I'm the Department Chair for English, Humanities, and Foreign Languages here at JCC, and we're so excited that you've joined us today.
So we're coming to you live from our super cool Lightboard studio. And this is where we can live stream using, we're actually behind some glass. And we're going to be doing our presentation here.
That would be a marker.
And this studio is used a lot by faculty, especially if you have an online class. So then that way they can talk and face you and write on the screen, and our super advanced camera reverses the text so that you can see the words as presented.
It's a cool mirror technology.
It's mirror technology. And what's really cool about this whole thing is that our associate and engineering students grabbed this open source design from the internet and built it for our campus. So
just for us.
Just for us. So we give them. So welcome to University Studies and Educational Technologies. Before we get into all the ins and out, all the good stuff about our department, we thought we'd give you a really quick video just to sum up all the great stuff that we do. So check it out. Okay, so hopefully you heard the music. We're not sure. But anyway, that gives you just a little snapshot about our department, University Studies and Educational Technologies, or as we like to say, hashtag we get USET.
So part of USET is our 3-degree programs that we have, college transfer degree programs. The first one we have is AA, or Associate in Arts. This one, which is my favorite, of course, because I'm an English major, but this one is great if you're interested in things like psychology, sociology, journalism. It has fewer math requirements. So like I said, if you're an Englisher like me, it might be a great choice. We also have Associate in Science. This one is a perfect choice if you are interested in STEM fields, science, technology, engineering, math, natural sciences like biology, chemistry, or physics. This would be a great degree for you. Then we have, of course, our Associate in Engineering. And that's a super exciting program too, because we have a new building coming in 2022. We're super pumped about it. It was in the video. This one is also a natural choice for people interested in civil engineering, mechanical, electrical, and you have lots of hands-on project-based curriculum courses in that degree.
Now, all of these degrees are governed by the Comprehensive Articulation Agreement, also known as CAA. This is a piece of legislation, so that means it's through our General Assembly, our North Carolina General Assembly, between the North Carolina Community College system and the UNC system. So they signed a legally binding agreement that allows for our college transfer courses to be transferred to the 16 UNC schools as the equivalent course. So our 2 English courses transfer as freshman composition at the 16 UNC schools. Built into this articulation agreement are information on a grievance in case for some reason a school, for whatever reason, does not accept the course. The student can actually grieve through the North Carolina Community College system and the legislation to say that this course is within the articulation agreement. This was revised in 2016 and really is a much more robust articulation agreement because previously we had a lot of courses just being accepted as electives. So the most important thing is that your course is being accepted as equivalent credit at the UNC school. So in actuality, if you get your degree here, your 61 hours, you should be transferring in as with junior status at any of the UNC schools. The great thing is that we also have an independent comprehensive articulation agreement, the ICAA. And that means if you're considering a private institution, that they also have signed off of them. All of them have signed off except for one. Do you know which one didn't sign off? I bet you do. I do. It's Duke University. And not that they don't take some of our credits, but they did not want to be within the legally binding agreement that they had to take all the credits. So a lot of privileges go to students who receive their degree from a community college, like our guaranteed admission. If you do not get into one of the 16 UNC schools, then per this legislation, and you completed your degree with the appropriate GPA, they have to let you into one. Now, does that mean that everyone can go to Chapel Hill? No,
Not necessarily.
but it does mean that they will find a school that you will be admitted to. Okay, on to the next.
On to the next one. So we're going to talk for a minute about why USET and college transfer is such a great choice. Of course, everywhere at JCC, we provide quality instruction. So whether you're a CCP student, you're getting ready to graduate from high school, or maybe you're a non-traditional student, you're coming back for the first time in a while, you can expect that our courses are on par, equal to universities and four-year schools. And that's because of that CAA.
Yeah.
We have to be right on par with everybody else.
Mhm.
Our faculty are very credentialed. They are all master's level, at least prepared. Some of our faculty you'll find when you get here are also in possession of doctorate degrees, which is great. We also here have at JCC a course for every learner, which is fantastic, particularly during the pandemic, or say if you have a job and
Yes.
you're going to school as well. We have seated classes. You can still come face to face, day classes, night classes. We also have hybrid options, which is taking a class online and also a seated portion. And then we have synchronous online, which is sort of like what we're doing now. I would call
Exactly.
this synchronous
This
online.
is synchronous.
Absolutely. You get to stay where you are. We get to be where we are. You're still receiving live instruction. So really, we try to tailor everything that we do for every learner. Finally, we are very affordable. Let's talk about that for a minute. The affordability compared to a university is incredible. Everybody's encouraged, of course, to complete a FAFSA, the free application for federal student aid. This makes you eligible for foundation scholarships, and we even provide ambassadorships, which if you're in high school, you may have heard about from JCC already.
Great. Thank you, Elizabeth.
Sure.
Okay. So we like acronyms.
Oh, yeah.
We have a
We're big
lot
on
of
that.
stuff that we say within our department. So one of the things that we're starting to say, we need them to grow, and then we need them to go.
Grow to go. We have to grow
Grow
to
and
go.
go. So in terms of growing, we have a lot of things that we do within our department and that are available at our awesome community college that allows you to really grow as a student and as a person. One of the things that we have from the very beginning is where we want to partner with you through our Agree to Degree program. Our goal is to make sure you do not leave this college empty-handed. We want you to get a certificate. We want you to get a diploma, a degree, or a workplace credential. We want your time here to matter, or all of them. Yes, or all of them. We want your time here to matter, and we want you to collect things that really expand yourself as a student and expand yourself as a person. So our Agree to Degree program, we introduced that through our ACA 122 class, and it's really about us working together as partners to ensure that you get a quality education, that you have the experiences that you're interested in, and that you are able to move in the direction that you want to go.
Then with clubs and organizations, that's also part of growing. Being on campus, at four-year schools, you are usually living on campus.
Mhm.
At a community college, we still want you to be just as involved as if you were living here. So we have tons of options for you to do that. As you'll see on the screen, the honors experience, which is a great opportunity. A lot of community colleges don't have this. JCC does. It's an opportunity to really concentrate on a project throughout a semester with a faculty member that you mentor with or that mentor you. And we have other clubs like in just about every discipline. Spanish, we have a literary guild for creative writers. We have engineering, robos, psychology club, our awesome Speak Club, which is communications. They've just launched this semester a podcast. And it's so cool. We're on Spotify, by the way. You can go find us there. So we have tons of opportunities. Summer camp counselors, internships. So tons of ways to be involved.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you, Elizabeth.
Sure.
So now it's time for you to hopefully go off to your next, the next phase of your life, the next chapter in your story. For most of the students in college transfer, you are interested in going off to a senior university to finish your bachelor's degree. We take that very seriously. We do a lot throughout your time here to encourage college transfer, to ensure that universities are coming to our campus. We work with our Student Success Center to welcome recruiters and other people from different campuses to JCC so that you have the best information so that you can make an informed decision about where you want to go. One of the programs that we're most excited about is our guaranteed admission program with some of our university partners. We've actually grown to 5 because North Carolina A&T has just asked us to partner with them with their Aggie Plus program. So we are very excited about this. And you may have heard of this if you're in high school because we do try to do a lot of promotion. We just had an awesome virtual information session last night.
Maybe some people came.
Yeah. And, we had some students join us and ask questions about how they can have receive guaranteed admission from NC State, ECU, FSU, or UNCW, and now North Carolina A&T. And so we are very proud that these institutions selected us to be a partner with them in their dual admission program. And I can say, as kind of the lead coordinator, that they do an outstanding job to really make students feel like they are admitted to both universities, even so far as you have NC State emails and ECU emails, you're on campus for different things. You have advisors from these institutions who come right to JCC. So you have 2 different advisors making sure that you are moving in the direction that you want to go.
And they probably can check this out on the JCC webpage.
Yeah.
You can check out guaranteed admission or dual admission.
Just type in dual admission to the web, to the search bar, and our page will come out with all the information. I will say NC State's application is open right now. So if you're interested in coming this fall to JCC and have about a year left, or you are a brand new student and will be here for the 2 years, you can apply to their Community College Collaboration Program, or C3, and get started with NC State this fall. We might have one more information session before the end of the semester sometime in May, but their application closes June 1st. So if you want to do that, you need to make a decision about that pretty quickly.
And we'll have more sessions coming up in the fall.
Yes,
And what's awesome about USET is that a lot of our students, even after they've gone to those four-year institutions with the guaranteed admission, they come back and talk to us. They'll come
Yes.
back and talk with students. We stay in touch.
we stay in touch. And one of the things with college transfer is that these courses hold their value.
Oh,
So if you have completed your English 111, English 112, and you decide, I'm not going to go to a senior institution this year, I'm going to wait a year, you still have the value of those two courses and the transferability of those two courses because you won't have to go and take freshman composition. It's done. So there's a lot of value that adds to, and when you package that with the affordability of JCC, it really says to you that, you know, you're going to pocket a lot of value with your courses over the years.
We're the best choice. Let's face it.
Yes, yes, yes. So we do have someone managing our chat. And so we're going to take this time now as we start to go into the final phase of our information session to see if anyone has any questions in the chat room.
And thank you. Shout out to Dalton right now for
Yes.
helping us out.
Yes,
earlier.
Dalton was our sound check.
Guys,
so we
have a
appreciate-
question.
Okay.
I applied to JCC and I'm a high school senior. I applied to a program to complete my associate's degree, but I applied for the paralegal program. I can't use that degree to transfer to a UNC institution, right?
No, you cannot as a package. Within every single degree at JCC, you have something called lower division general education courses. That is pretty much all of the courses within our department, and most of those, 99% of those, are college transfer. So within paralegal degree, you have to take English 111. That is a 3-hour transfer credit. So you got 3 hours right there. You have to take a humanities, which is a transfer credit. So you have another 3 hours. And you probably either had to take a social behavioral science or perhaps a math. And so you can have 3 to 9 hours
yeah.
or so of transfer credit. Do they take the entire degree? No, those degrees are called terminal degrees, and they're really for students who have decided I want to go straight to work after I receive my credential. And so, the expectation is you're going to take the paralegal, graduate from paralegal, take the licensing exam, and then you would be ready to work as a paralegal. Where our college transfer, the thought behind it is that you're going to take our courses and go to a senior institution, a university, or another college and finish your bachelor's degree.
That's a great question, though.
Yes, we appreciate that. Any other questions?
We're ready to answer. I can think of some questions if they
Okay.
can't. Do you?
Yeah.
What can you think of off the top of your head? We have one. Oh,
For guaranteed admission, does that guarantee the major you want in a 4-year university?
such a good question.
Such a good
We had
question.
this one
Yes,
last night,
we had
actually.
this last night.
Mhm.
Because no, they're not guaranteeing competitive programs. So you get admitted into kind of like a non-degree status at the university. We'll take NC State, for instance, since
Mhm.
their application is still open. So that's kind of a holding degree. And, at NC State, you have to be accepted into the college. They are a university that has colleges. So the College of Business, the College of Engineering. So you still have to be a competitive enough student to then be accepted by the admission committee at that college. So while if you're in C3, they're saying, yes, you can come in to our university, but you still have to be the competitive student to get into, especially the competitive programs. So that would be the College of Business, which most people don't think. That's a
I learned that last night.
yes, the most competitive program at NC State because it's a rather small college, so they can only take a small amount of people. The College of Engineering, is another program that's very competitive. And that's, you'll see that across the board. ECU's College of Engineering, very competitive. At ECU, their nursing program is very competitive. So they have slightly different admissions. But I will say, as I said last night to the high school students, once you get into these dual admission programs, they will advocate for you. Now, they cannot turn a 3.0 into a 3.8 that you might need to get into mechanical engineering. It's not that level of advocacy.
But you have support. You have a lot
But you
of
have support. And what they would say to you is you can get into the College of Engineering and look at maybe civil engineering or a different type of engineering that doesn't have as high of a required GPA for incoming students. So I think it's a phenomenal program. They want you to come. They want you to pursue the major that you want. And that's why they give you an advisor from the start once you're in the program to help you meet the expectations of the major.
That's a great question, Erin.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Who else wants to know some stuff? I'd like to know about new programs.
Oh, yes. We're excited because this is the first time ever I've worked at in this position.
Some years.
Yeah, some years. But this is the first time that we were able to create new career and technical education programs, which are CTE. So like the previous student asked, paralegal would be considered a CTE or a terminal program. So 2 new programs that we have. Our first is mechanical engineering technology. And so that really is another option for students who are looking into an engineering career. It's more of a terminal program where you would go out and become a mechanical engineering technician. So you would be working with professional engineers, doing a lot of the design work for them and testing of various systems for the engineer. So we're very excited about that. And I know the engineering session is going on, and they're going to be talking about that a little bit more. The other really exciting program is our new health and fitness science program. And that's really for students who maybe want to go into being personal trainers or health coaches, or even taking some of the transfer courses within the program and going off and, they want to go into exercise physiology,
sports medicine,
or a big part of it is management of gyms and health facilities. So recreational directors at nursing homes, all different. There's tons of opportunities with our new health and fitness program, health and fitness science program. So that starts officially in the fall. We're waiting for one final approval through our accrediting body known as SACS, and we'll get that this June, and then we'll start those classes this fall. If you are interested, you can also start off by registering for our new first aid and CPR. I mean, that's kind of like the basis if you're working with other people in health and fitness. And so we have that Health 112 class on the schedule for this fall, and you can sign up for that as well.
What other questions do you guys have for us?
So Elizabeth, you teach. You're an administrator, but you actually teach. Talk to them a little bit about, what is the experience in a college classroom?
A college classroom is, and we do have a question from Dalton. Dalton, we'll get to you in just a second. But a college classroom is different because it's, first of all, in high school, and it's different because of the pandemic, of course. But in a high school classroom, everybody's your age, right? Like you've been in school with people at least probably 4 years, if not longer. When you get to JCC, you're going to have people of all ages in your classroom. There's not going to be that same level of, hey, don't forget you have homework due on Thursday. There's not going to be class Monday through Friday. You'll have that Monday, Wednesday, or Tuesday, Thursday course. We expect you to be a college student. We're going to talk about exciting things. In my English class, where I'm actually teaching online this semester, which is a great opportunity. But in my English class, we talk about a lot of current events that are going on, and we talk about real life application. So how can you take this college course and how can you really apply it to what you're learning? Some folks might think, why would I need to write for health and fitness science?
Right.
Why would I need to write as an engineer? You have tons of writing coming up for you in whatever job it is you're doing. So the college classroom is really a unique place to learn from your peers, to learn from us as instructors, and to really get that, especially at JCC, to get that collegiate experience before you go to those large classes at the four-year institutions.
Yeah.
So Dalton, let's see what you've got. For any major NC college, we need to also apply to the university of our choice for the dual transfer program.
So for any major, yes. So you always have to apply to the actual university. The great thing about two of the dual admission programs, the one at NC State and the one at ECU, is that you do not apply in regular admission. They have a special application just for students who want to do dual admission, and it looks nothing like the general application. Number one, they waive the application fee. So if you're applying to universities now, you know, unless you have a waiver, that you have to apply, you have to pay for your application. That means whether you get in or not, it's a non-refundable
That could
application.
be like $85.
Yes.
It's expensive, particularly when you're applying to more than one.
Yes, and even as a transfer student, you do the transfer application and you have to pay for that. And at NC State, the transfer application is $85. So they are waiving these with our special dual admission programs. And at ECU, they have their own independent Pirate Promise application. The wonderful thing about this program that I really try to talk to students about is that you are not competing with the 40,000 applications that NC State got in fall 2019 who wanted to be freshmen.
That is a real number.
A real number.
40,000
40,000 people wanted apply, and they can only accept about 4,700 because these schools now have required residential living for freshmen, which means they can only give out as many acceptances as they have dorm rooms and beds. They're not going to make you sleep on the floor. So, but they don't want to say no to you because you might be a super great student. So in exchange for coming to JCC and completing your associate's degree with the same lower division gen ed classes that you would have to take at NC State, English, math, science, psych, all those things, you'll take it with us, you defer your time, finish your degree, and transfer seamlessly in as a junior and finish your last 2 years. I know this for a fact because this was my daughter's experience. That's exactly what she did. And you only compete, as I said, with the people who apply from JCC because they allot each school a number of people in the program. So 1 year we had 54 students who applied to C3. We got 34 acceptances out of the 54.
That's incredible.
That's incredible.
Even
So-
with my limited math skills, that's more than half.
Yes. Although, you know, I'm AA, I'm a non-STEM person with Elizabeth, so we're not giving you the percentage right off the bat. But I think you know that 34 acceptances out of 54 is pretty darn good chances. It's a lot better than only 4,700 out of 40,000. I know enough about math to tell you that. So that's why it's such an unbelievable program. And I've been shouting it off the rooftops for the last 3 years. And so I hope you would consider that if you know you absolutely want to go to one of those institutions. And we're hoping to always, you know, be asked to be partners with other institutions. But those are the top feeder schools for JCC. That these are the schools that our students tend to go to.
And because we're in the Triangle area.
And
That's
we're in the
what's
Triangle area.
Oh,
Yeah.
Aaron's got a question.
As a freshman at JCC, can you register for dual enrollment at NC State? Let me just clarify, because this is a thing of vocabulary. You're not dual enrolled. It's not a dual enrollment program. So CCP is dual enrolled because you go to high school and you're also enrolled as a student at
the same
JCC.
time.
What this program is dual admission, which means that you're admitted to JCC and enrolled, but you're only admitted to NC State. You do not take classes at NC State. You're just admitted as a non-degree seeking student. And then when you get your degree and you transfer over, you start as a junior. They in the very beginning, they thought that they would do a class that the students could take, but it got really, because you don't pay any tuition or anything for NC State, so it got a little wonky.
I think we have 1 minute left, maybe, or less than a minute. So last minute questions?
Yeah, if you have any questions, throw them in real quick.
This has been fun.
It has.
I'm excited for when we can start doing this in person again.
It would be great, because when I had dual admission sessions, we would get like 75
It's
students.
fun, and
Yeah.
then your parents can come if they have
Mhm.
questions. It's awesome.
Well, we really appreciate you coming. On my little exclamation point.
It's by itself because it's so excited. It's so excited that we get you
Yeah,
set.
we're just really excited, and we know we can't see you face to face, but we really appreciate you coming to our college transfer session. And again, thank you for joining us. And we are University Studies and Educational Technologies, where
We get you set. Bye, everybody. Thank
Bye,
you
take
for joining
care.
us.